Liam.
Yeah, that's because I actually know what I did.
How? I was the only person that saw you that night. You didn't look like a man who shot his father.
All right, this is how it works. I black out, I forget, and then I remember again. I mean, the last time I had what did the doctor call it?
Mild traumatic brain injury.
Traumatic brain injury. I couldn't even remember your name.
Well, you also believed that your kidnapper was your wife. That wasn't true. And neither is what you're accusing yourself of now. Are you sure that's a good idea?
Like you would be any judge?
I mean, I'm assuming that your doctor put you on pain medication.
I don't take them. I like feeling the pain. It makes me feel alive. You can appreciate that, can't you? You look like you could use one.
I haven't wanted a drink in years. Although with my life in your hands.
Makes you wish you were a better shot, doesn't it? Remember the movie, I'm forgetting the title, but the lead character had a rare disease, so he went to medical school to find a cure for himself.
Vaguely.
That's you, isn't it? Now you're the one who needs help.
And I would like to get that help if you will let me.
It's not really up to me, is it?
You told Steffi that you would do that. You told her that you wouldn't say anything about me shooting you. Are you going to keep that promise?
I don't think I used that word.
You really enjoy exerting your power over people, don't you?
What happened to all that gratitude you were showing me when Steffi was here?
Well, you're not being as gracious as you were when she was here.
I called the police?
I can't go to prison, Bill. Just be straight with me. I was with you. Should I expect to be charged?
Shooting me? I'll be keeping that information to myself.
Thank you.
For now.
I know how much you want to think I didn't do what I did.
No,
but I did.
It's not what I think, Liam. It's what I know.
You keep believing in me despite all this evidence.
Your father knows it too.
Okay, that's what he's telling you, sure.
Okay, call him. Call him right now. He'll tell you himself.
I remember it, Steffi. How can I remember something that didn't happen?
No, you don't. You don't. Liam, you hurt yourself. You hurt yourself really bad, and maybe for a few hours you just mixed it all up. You didn't know what's real. Call your dad.
No,
He'll tell you.
I don't think so. No.
What, you don't believe me?
It's not you. It's him. He knows it's what you want to hear.
You didn't shoot your father. It's clear to him. He realizes that now. I doubt you were even at his house. I wouldn't tell you this if it wasn't true.
He would. He would say it. He would say anything for you.
For now, you said.
That's what I said.
What is your price, Bill, for silence? I'm sure you have one.
Shouldn't I be the one making demands? I mean, sure, I could beef up security, but that's not going to stop a bullet from slipping right in there. How do I know you're not going to get a wild hair and come after me again to finish the job?
Oh, gosh, Bill, I know I was wrong. I'm so sorry. I'm truly sorry. I am. I just wish you could be sorry for what you did to Steffi and her marriage.
With.
Excuse me?
With Steffi, not to Steffi. You and her father need to stop making Steffi a victim. You heard it from her own mouth. She was a willing participant.
She didn't say willing.
Consensual.
I don't even see how consent is possible with a powerful, older man using his status as a trusted father-in-law to breach her defenses.
Unfortunately, Steffi doesn't see it that way.
That's not surprising. Victims of sexual abuse always blame themselves.
Well, free will doesn't exist for Steffi. You're the authority on her life.
I call it as I see it.
You didn't see anything.
Let me make this proposal. I will disappear. And you won't have anything to fear from me. And in return, you will stay away from Steffi.
You're a criminal at large. You don't get to make conditions.
Steffi isn't going to want you interfering in her marriage ever again.
She doesn't seem to have one at the moment.
You still want her, don't you?
Bill knew you never touched the gun even before I got to the house.
Oh, really? Then why didn't he tell me that?
He wanted to tell you, but he couldn't. He wasn't alone.
Oh, yeah, your mom. What did she want with him?
She wanted to talk to him.
Did she do something to him? I mean, professionally, like to jog his memory or something?
Yeah, I think so. He realized that it wasn't you, that he saw a person, but it was a little foggy, and the lights were going in and out. It wasn't you, Liam. Why can't you just believe me?
Because how can I disbelieve something I saw with my own eyes, Steffi?
Because you've been hearing about it for so long, and you've been reading the police reports. Maybe you just believed it was you. You fell, you hit your head, okay? Do you remember when you woke up or where you fell?
Yes.
Okay, so it was outside of the house.
Right.
All right, and you saw me, and you saw Bill proposing,
Yep, down on one knee
and you know where I was standing.
by the table.
Okay, then what?
Then I started to walk away and I tripped and I hit my head.
Then what?
Then I saw my dad leave. I went back to my car. I parked down on that back road and took the trail up, and I followed him to his house.
You could see him all the way up the road?
Well, I'm sure I could see his headlights. I jumped over the garden wall, and I remember thinking that it was so quiet, I was worried he would hear me.
No. There was a windstorm that night, Liam. Trees were being uprooted.
Yeah, that's right. All right, yeah.
Yeah, it sounded like a freight train
All
outside.
right, I know. Okay, you're right.
Okay, so how did you get in without keys?
I do have the keys. I have his key right here. It's,
You gave the key back to Bill. You put it in an envelope and you mailed it.
right. No, you're right. I'm sure it was his housekeeper who let me in, Fiona.
No, Fiona wasn't there. Katie was the one who found Bill.
Maybe the door was unlocked. I don't know.
For someone who is certain about what he did, you have a lot of inconsistencies.
But what about the gun? What about, because I can picture his back.
Look at me. It wasn't you. It wasn't.
I am a mother first.
Wow, is that frightening. How about you let your grown woman daughter's life unfold for itself and stop trying to live it for her?
Steffi already made her decision, and it wasn't you. You may be a brilliant manipulator, but I will fight for my daughter's autonomy.
You're forgetting how easy it would be to make that impossible for you. Just one call to Deputy Chief Baker. Did you hear that he'd been promoted?
Is that really how you want to win her? Really? By isolating her?
I may be loathsome in your eyes, but not Steffi's. You weren't here to see how close we became again.
It's your son's wife.
she is. Do you think you're the only one under certain pressures, cover of darkness, can do something unsavory, maybe unthinkable? I didn't take your daughter's autonomy. The fact is, I gave it back to her.
By destroying her marriage.
When you cut me off from Steffi years ago, you cut her off from herself, who she is and what she wants. You tried to sell her on a more appropriate life with Liam, and so did I, for that matter. But appropriate isn't for everyone. Steffi chose me that night when nobody was watching. She chose me again. And this time I'm free. If Liam doesn't want her, I do. I'm in love with your daughter.
What you say you saw from outside the house. Me standing by the table, your father proposing. That I can confirm. But the rest, no.
But it felt so real. It was so...
But the things that you remembered, it couldn't have happened at Bill's house. Not that night or any other night. Details just don't match up.
What? Wait a minute. If what you're saying is true, if I did not go to my dad's house, where did the time go?
Maybe you blacked out. Maybe you just laid there, or you went in the car, or maybe we'll never know, but you didn't shoot your father.
Okay, but if I blacked out, who's to say what
You had a
I could have...
concussion and you were injured. You don't turn into a different person.
What if my dad's the one who's misremembering? Or what if he's just trying to let me off the hook?
He's not. He's not. Call him, he'll tell you. He now knows it wasn't you. He knows what I always do.
I get it, I guess. I gotta talk to my dad.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll always believe in you. Even when you can't, okay?
Today.
Hi, what?
Bill gave me a key.
Yeah, he owns this place. He has lots of keys.
Are you mad at me?
I wouldn't blame you. No, I don't know what I am.
Did you talk to Liam?
Yeah, I didn't mention your name.
Right. Well, I just wanted to come by and thank you. And say goodbye before I go.
No, whoa, Mom, what are you doing? Stay here.
I've asked enough of you for one day.
Where are you gonna go?
I think it's best if you don't know.
Mom, don't say that.
I'm going to be keeping a low profile for quite a while.
Mom, Bill's not gonna change his mind. He'll keep his word.
If Bill does keep his word, it won't be for my sake.
But he said that?
Not in so many words.
Steffi,
Bill is in love with you. Your husband's father.
I know, Mom.
What are you going to do about it?
Daryl at the gate said you were expecting me.
That's right. No imaginary break-ins. You walked in here like your family, because that's what you are. You talked to Steffi. You understand that what you think happened didn't.
You were facing away. You couldn't have seen who shot
It wasn't you, Liam.
How can you know that?
Do you know what I really hated? The thought that I could have hurt you so much that it drove you to the point of doing something that was completely against your nature.
You and Steffi, you seem so sure about it.
I am sure.
Then what am I picturing? Why do I keep seeing these images of holding the gun and you by the window?
I don't know how to explain it. Maybe you just heard the story so often. Have you never had a revenge fantasy? Well, there's a first time for everything. Maybe you wished me dead so bad that when you actually saw me lying in that hospital bed, fighting for my life, you felt guilty.
I never wanted that.
Okay.
Not on my worst day, Dad. I never wanted that.
I guess I knew that too. Or should have known.
I felt a loss, you know. Like it was my fault. I hated you. I told you that it was the end of us. And then when it seemed like it really might be the end, I don't...
You didn't do it, son.
I want to believe that. I want to believe it so much. I just...
I could ask you if I ever lied to you. But we both know how that conversation would go. So instead, I'm going to give you the most solemn oath that I possibly can. I swear to you, on your unborn child, on my grandchild,